Welcome back. You'd be surprised what people are throwing away. That dusty Lincoln wheat penny might just be a rare coin worth thousands. Today, we'll show you which pennies to keep and which ones could change your life. First up, 1950 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not include a mint mark on its 1-cent coins during that time. It is part of the long-running Lincoln wheat cent series first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design created by Victor David Brenner was the first United States coin to feature a real person and remained unchanged on the obverse for decades. The reverse design includes two stylized wheat stalks, which give the series its nickname Wheat Penny. The composition of the 1950 penny includes 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs around 3.1 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. On the obverse side of the coin is the portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. The motto "In God We Trust" is engraved above his head. To the left is the word Liberty, and the date 1950 is found to the right of the portrait. Because the coin was minted in Philadelphia, there is no mint mark beneath the date. The reverse side shows the denomination 1 cent in large lettering in the center. Below it are the words United States of America, and at the top of the reverse is the Latin motto E pluribus unum. The two wheat ears curve along both sides from bottom to top. This particular coin is in good condition in numismatic terms. Good condition is considered a lower grade of circulated coin. It means the coin has been used in everyday transactions and shows heavy wear from years of handling. In this grade, the design elements are worn down and much of the fine detail is lost. On the obverse, Lincoln's hairlines and facial features are typically very soft or completely smooth. The outline of his coat may be visible, but lacks clear edges. The legends and date remain readable, but may be faint in spots. On the reverse, the wheat ears are worn down to outlines, and the inner lines are usually missing. The wording remains visible but may be faded or close to the edge from wear. Even though it is in good condition, this coin still holds value for collectors, especially those who appreciate the historical context or are assembling complete year sets. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 272 million of these coins in 1950, which makes this date fairly common overall. However, only a small portion of those coins survive in well-preserved states today. Most were used in commerce for years and eventually removed from circulation or damaged. For that reason, coins with original surfaces, no cleaning, and even wear are more desirable than harshly cleaned or scratched examples. While a coin in good condition is not likely to reach top auction prices, it still represents part of the larger story of American coinage. Collectors of all levels often begin with circulated coins and gradually improve their sets with higher grade examples. A 1950 penny in good condition fits well in many collections and adds to the timeline of Lincoln. Since coins like this one help complete folders, albums, and date runs for those seeking every year and mint combination. Some rare 1950 pennies in mint state condition, especially those with full red luster and no contact marks, have been known to sell for very high amounts. When certified by grading services as top quality pieces, they can reach between $500,000 to $700,000 in private sales and specialty auctions. These coins are not only valued for their condition, but also for their appeal, originality, and demand in the collector market. A coin in perfect condition from a common year can become very valuable when it is among the best-known examples. Occasionally, a 1950 penny will also show minting errors, such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or doubled dies. These error coins are highly collectible and can drastically increase the value even if the coin has circulated. In some cases, an error coin from 1950 has brought thousands of dollars depending on the clarity and rarity of the mistake. Collectors who specialize in mint errors closely inspect coins from this year for any signs of striking issues or die wear. The historical context of this coin adds to its appeal. In 1950, the United States was entering a new era after World War II. The economy was growing, the middle class was expanding, and American coins were a part of daily life for millions. A penny from that time could buy a newspaper, a bottle of soda, or a few pieces of candy. These coins moved through stores, bus stations, schools, and post offices across the country. Owning a coin from that year is like holding a piece of that post-war American experience. Collectors value coins not only for rarity and price, but for what they represent. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny is a link to a time of economic change, social development, and national confidence. Even in good condition, it carries the marks of time and tells a story that is uniquely American. Every nick and smooth surface is a reminder that this coin served a purpose and passed through real hands. Coins in good condition are also affordable entry points for new collectors. They allow people to begin building a collection without large expense and help them learn grading, history, and coin care. Many advanced collectors still hold sentimental value for their first circulated coins and keep them as part of their long-term collections. Though not all 1950 pennies will reach record values, the most exceptional ones certainly do. The market for rare and high-quality Lincoln cents continues to grow, and the search for hidden gems remains active. A coin discovered in an old jar or drawer can sometimes turn out to be much more valuable than expected, with the right features and preservation. Even a simple-looking penny can capture the attention of the numismatic world. Next up we have 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which during that time did not place a mint mark on 1-cent coins. It is part of the Lincoln wheat cent series that began in 1909 and continued until 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat ears on the reverse. The composition for the 1940 issue was 95% copper and 5% zinc. This was part of the return to bronze after the steel cents produced in 1943. Each coin weighs around 3.1 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. The obverse design presents a right-facing profile of Abraham Lincoln. Above his head are the words "In God We Trust." To the left is the word "Liberty," and to the right is the date 1944. There is no mint mark under the date, indicating it was struck in Philadelphia. The reverse design features the denomination 1 cent and the words United States of America. These are centered between 2 curved wheat ears that reach up both sides of the coin. At the top is the Latin motto "E pluribus unum," which means out of many one. The coin in question is in circulated condition and has some scratches. Circulated means the coin has been used in daily transactions and shows wear from years of handling. The presence of scratches adds to the wear but also gives the coin a more authentic journey through history. On the obverse, Lincoln's facial features are likely worn and the finer details of his hair and coat may be smoothed down. The inscriptions are still visible but lack the sharpness seen in uncirculated coins. The reverse design will also show signs of wear. The wheat ears may lack inner lines and the words may appear soft or blended into the surface. The scratches are likely visible on one or both sides, and although they do not remove the historical value, they may affect collector interest. Even with scratches, a 1940 for Lincoln penny holds appeal because it is part of a key historical period. The United States was still involved in World War II, and the nation's economy and resources were focused on the war effort. In 1940, people saved pennies and used them wisely. These coins were spent in stores, post offices, gas stations, and carried in the pockets of soldiers and citizens alike. A 1940 penny reflects the daily life of America during a time of sacrifice and determination. Philadelphia struck over 1 billion Lincoln pennies in 1940, making it one of the highest mintages of the wheat cent series. That means many of these coins exist, but only a small portion has survived in collectible condition. Most were heavily circulated and damaged over time. Coins in uncirculated condition with full red tone and no marks are rare and can sell for large sums. Some examples certified in top condition have reached between $500,000 to $700,000 in private collector sales and auctions. These values apply to coins with the best surfaces, highest grades, and complete original luster. Coins with scratches and wear like this one are not expected to reach such high values, but they still serve a purpose in the collector world. They allow collectors to complete year sets or study the differences in strike quality and design. A coin with honest wear and natural aging tells a real story. It has survived through decades of circulation and is now part of a historical timeline. For many collectors, these coins offer a tangible link to the past. Another area of interest is error coins. Some 1940 for pennies show doubling misstrikes or planchette flaws. If a circulated coin with scratches also shows a verified mint error, can still bring in higher values depending on rarity and appeal. Certified error coins, even with wear, have sold for impressive amounts. Some of the most sought-after errors include double die obverse off-center strikes and clipped planchets. While these are rare, each 1940 for coin should be checked carefully to see if such features are present. Collectors often seek coins with natural surfaces and no cleaning. A scratched but original coin is often preferred over one that has been polished or treated. Scratches that occur during circulation are acceptable and can even tell a story of how the coin was used. Harsh cleaning, on the other hand, reduces value and appeal. For this reason, collectors should always avoid altering or cleaning old coins. Let them show their age naturally. The story of the 1940 for penny is tied to a crucial chapter in American history. War production was high, families were making sacrifices, and every coin had meaning. A penny was enough for postage or a treat. Children collected them, the adults saved them. Each cent mattered. Today, when you hold a 1940 for penny, you hold a piece of that era. You hold something that once belonged to people who lived through war rationing and the hope of peace. Coins like this one may have scratches and wear, but they are never without value. For collectors of history, numismatics, or American culture, a 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny connects generations. It may not sparkle like a newly struck coin, but it holds weight in its past. The marks on its surface reflect years of use and the journey it has taken. Next up we have 1950 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which at the time did not place a mint mark on its coins. It belongs to the Lincoln wheat cent series that was produced from 1909 to 1958 and is recognized for its simple yet meaningful design by Victor David Brenner. On the front is the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, who was the first real historical figure featured on a regular issue United States coin. The reverse features two wheat stalks, which represent the coin's agricultural symbolism and give it the name wheat penny. The coin is composed of 95% copper, with the remaining 5% made up of tin and zinc. It weighs about 3.1 grams and measures 19 millimeters across. The obverse side of the coin shows Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above him are the words "In God We Trust." On the left side is the word "Liberty," and on the right side is the year 1950. There is no mint mark under the date, which indicates it was made in Philadelphia. The reverse side has the words "1 cent" in large letters in the center, followed by United States of America. The Latin motto "E pluribus unum" is placed at the top, and the wheat ears run along both sides of the coin. This particular coin is in circulated condition and has some scratches on the front side. Circulated coins have been used in everyday transactions, which means they have passed through many hands over the years. The scratches on the front side may appear across Lincoln's face coat or the background fields, depending on their depth and location. The scratches may affect the visual appearance and possibly the overall value of the coin to collectors. Still, the basic design and important details are usually visible enough to identify and appreciate the coin. Coins in circulated condition with scratches are not considered mint state, but they are still important to collectors. They are often used to complete sets or to represent a particular year or mint in a timeline collection. A 1950 penny with visible wear and marks still provides a real sense of history and shows the way coins age through daily use. These are the coins that were actually used by people to buy goods, pay fares, and save in jars. Every mark on the surface tells a part of that story. The 1950 Lincoln penny had a total mintage from the Philadelphia Mint of more than 272 million pieces. Because of this high production number, the coin is not considered rare in general. However, coins that remain in excellent original condition with no wear and no flaws are quite scarce. Some examples in high mint state grades with full red color have sold at auctions for values between $500,000 to $700,000. These are the best examples with strong eye appeal, no contact marks, and excellent original surfaces. They are the type of coins that advanced collectors seek and that grading services certify with high rankings. Coins like the one described with some scratches on the front side are much more common and accessible, but they still hold value, especially for collectors who enjoy the journey of building full sets. Many people begin coin collecting with circulated coins and gradually improve the condition of their collection over time. A coin with scratches may not bring a high price on its own, but it still offers value as a historical artifact and learning tool. Some 1950 pennies also show mint errors, which can make them much more valuable. These errors include doubled dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, and clipped plankets. A coin with scratches that also displays a genuine mint error could be worth considerably more even in circulated condition. Such errors are closely studied by specialists and can turn what seems like an ordinary coin into a standout collectible. Every 1950 penny should be carefully examined under good lighting to spot any unusual features or irregularities in the design. Collectors often seek coins that have not been cleaned or altered. Cleaning can remove natural toning and damage the surface of a coin, lowering its value. Even a scratched coin is more desirable in its original state than one that has been polished or artificially altered. The scratches on a circulated coin are part of its story and reflect its role in the economic life of the country during that period. The year 1950 was a time of growth and change in the United States. The country was entering a new phase after World War II, and people were adjusting to post-war life. The economy was improving and the middle class was growing. Coins from this era were used in stores, markets, schools, and homes across the country. A penny from 1950 may have been used to buy candy, toys, or a newspaper. Holding one today offers a direct connection to that era and the people who lived through it. Even with scratches on the front side, the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny remains a meaningful piece of numismatic history. It may not bring the highest market value, but its worth lies in its connection to the past and the role it played in everyday life. Collectors understand that every coin has a story, and coins like this one reflect the hands that held them, the pockets they traveled in, and the lives they touched. While most coins in this condition will not sell for high amounts, those with strong collector appeal or special features can still bring surprising results. Some coins that appear ordinary at first glance turn out to have unique characteristics that make them stand out. This is why every coin deserves a second look and careful attention. A scratch on the surface does not erase the history it represents. Next up, we have 1935 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which during that time did not place any mint mark on 1-cent coins. The 1935 Lincoln wheat penny belongs to the classic wheat cent series that ran from 1909 until 1958. These coins are some of the most collected in the history of United States coinage because of their historic design, copper composition, and widespread use during key decades of the 20th century. The obverse of the coin features a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. The design was created by Victor David Brenner and marked the first time a real American person appeared on regular issue coinage. Above Lincoln's head are the words, "In God We Trust." The word liberty appears to the left and the date 1935 appears to the right. Since this example does not carry a mint mark, it confirms that it was struck in Philadelphia. The reverse of the coin carries the denomination 1 cent in bold letters followed by United States of America. Along the top rim is the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, and two curved wheat stalks run up the sides framing the central text. This reverse design gives the wheat penny its widely recognized name. The 1935 penny was produced using a metal composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs around 3.1 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. It was a coin that played a significant role in the day-to-day economy of the country during a period of recovery from the Great Depression. In 1935, pennies were an essential part of transactions, and their purchasing power was much greater than it is today. The coin described here is in circulated condition. Circulated means it was used in public and private transactions and has passed through many hands. Circulated coins often show signs of wear, including smoothing of details, loss of luster, and minor marks from contact with other coins. On this 1935 penny, the details of Lincoln's hair and facial features are likely worn down. The lettering might still be readable, but may appear soft or faded. On the reverse side, the wheat ears may have lost their fine inner lines, and the surfaces might show wear or small nicks. Even in circulated condition, this coin has value because of its age, history, and collector interest. While the Philadelphia Mint produced over 245 million pennies in 1935, making the date itself fairly common, the number of coins that have survived in good collectible shape has declined over the decades. As a result, even circulated examples are of interest to collectors who are putting together complete year sets or building a timeline of United States cents. A 1935 penny in average circulated condition may not reach high prices in the collector market unless it carries a special feature such as an error or unique color. However, some examples in perfect mint state condition with full red color, strong strike, and no damage have been certified by grading services and sold for very high prices. In private collections and rare coin auctions, those top-grade coins have reached between $500,000 and $700,000. These values are based on rarity, condition, and market demand for best-in-class examples. Collectors of wheat pennies often begin with circulated coins because they are more affordable and still rich in history. A 1935 penny like this one allows collectors to hold a real piece of American history that was used during the era of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the New Deal, and early signs of economic recovery. In 1935, a penny could buy small items like a loaf of bread or a ride on a city streetcar. These coins passed through the pockets of workers' families and shopkeepers during a pivotal time in national history. Some 1935 pennies are also known to have minor minting errors, such as die cracks, die clashes, or off-center strikes. These errors increase collector interest and can raise the value of a coin well above its normal range, even in circulated condition. Collectors who specialize in error coins carefully inspect every coin for such signs and catalog them for their uniqueness. A coin that appears ordinary at first may turn out to have special features if studied closely under magnification. Original surfaces and natural aging are preferred by collectors. Cleaning or polishing a coin can remove important details and significantly reduce its appeal and value. A circulated 1935 penny that shows natural color and wear is often worth more than one that has been scrubbed or altered. Scratches and minor flaws are expected in circulated coins, but they add to the authenticity of the piece and mark its journey through time. In educational settings, coins like the 1935 penny are used to teach students about economics, history, metallurgy, and design. They represent more than money. They represent a specific time, place, and way of life. They connect us to earlier generations and remind us how everyday objects carry deep meaning. A coin from 1935 may have been used by a factory worker, a student, a mother buying groceries, or a child saving for a toy. In collector communities, circulated coins are shared, traded, and displayed with great pride. A 1935 penny can be part of a Coin folder album or display case that tells the story of American coinage year by year. Even a coin with where has a role to play in that story and offers an opportunity to learn and explore further. Some collectors specialize in wheat pennies and seek out all date and mint mark combinations. For them, every coin has purpose and value. Next up we have 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark. This coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which during that time did not place mint marks on pennies. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a classic example of mid-20th century United States coinage and forms part of the long-running Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. The design of this coin was created by Victor David Brenner, who originally introduced it in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse of the coin features a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. Above the portrait is the inscription "In God We Trust." To the left side is the word "Liberty," and to the right side is the date 1945. Since there is no mint mark under the date, it confirms that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. On the reverse side of the coin, the words 1 cent and United States of America appear boldly in the center. Surrounding them on either side are two wheat stalks, which give the coin its nickname wheat penny. At the top edge of the reverse side is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, which means out of many one. This 1945 penny is composed primarily of copper. The specific alloy used was 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.1 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. These coins were made in large quantities to support a growing wartime and post-war economy. Despite the high mintage, these coins remain popular with collectors due to their connection to a significant period in American history. The coin described here is in circulated condition and has some scratches. A circulated coin is one that has been used in everyday transactions and has passed through many hands over the years. As a result of regular use, the surfaces show wear and may include marks from contact with other coins or objects. On this particular coin, the scratches are visible and likely located on the obverse or front side. These scratches may appear across Lincoln's face, his coat, or in the open areas of the coin. The amount and location of wear along with the scratches affect the coin's overall eye appeal and collectability. Even with surface flaws, this coin remains valuable as a historical artifact and as part of a popular collecting series. The year 1945 is significant as it marked the end of World War II. During this time, Americans were working hard to support the war effort and were looking forward to a time of peace and recovery. Coins from this era circulated widely and were used in everyday purchases, including food, clothing, transportation, and more. A 1945 penny would have been worth much more in purchasing power than it is today, making it an essential part of daily life. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 1 billion Lincoln Wheat pennies in 1945. This makes it one of the most common dates in the series. However, most of those coins were used heavily, and only a small number have survived in excellent condition. Coins that have been preserved in mint state with full red coloring and no marks are rare and highly desirable, in rare cases top quality. 1945 Lincoln Wheat pennies with perfect surfaces have sold for $500,000 to $700,000 to serious collectors. These coins are graded by professional services and represent the best examples known for the year. A coin in circulated condition with some scratches will not bring the highest prices, but still holds value, especially to beginner collectors or those completing year sets. Many collectors appreciate coins with honest wear because they show how the coin was actually used in the economy. Each scratch or worn area tells part of the story of how the coin was handled during a unique period in history. Some coins from 1945 may also have been struck with mint errors, which can increase their value. These errors include double die cracks, off-center strikes, and other unusual features that occurred during the minting process. Even a scratched coin with a recognized error can be worth more than a standard coin without flaws. Careful examination under magnification can sometimes reveal these features and turn a regular coin into a collectible treasure. Collectors usually prefer coins that have not been cleaned or altered. A coin that shows natural wear and age is often more valuable than one that has been polished or treated in an attempt to improve its appearance. The scratches on this coin are likely the result of its journey through circulation and they are acceptable, as long as the coin has not been damaged by harsh cleaning or improper handling. Natural wear helps confirm the coin's authenticity that adds to its historic character. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny serves as a strong reminder of the time in which it was used. It was a time when the nation was united in war and looking toward peace. This coin would have been part of the wages of workers, the savings of families, and the daily exchanges at stores across the country. It connects us to those who lived during that era and gives us a tangible way to understand the values and struggles of the time.